Hello, dear friends. Today we're going to talk about writing a review because this is one of the tasks that you may have at your contest. Yes, so we'll talk about writing a review, and I would like to demonstrate the presentation for you. Yes, the PowerPoint presentation, and I can email the presentation to you later. So let's talk about writing a review, and first let's speak about what is a review? What is a review? Review refers to formal writing. So formal writing. What is formal writing? It is something that you write in order to persuade somebody, yes, in order to inform somebody about something. And this is often a formal cause, yes, a formal, there is a formal reason to write something. For example, a formal letter, a review. So today let's talk about a review. What is formal writing? So formal writing, as I've said, it is achieved by avoiding casual or conversational language, for example, such as contractions or informal vocabulary. You don't have to say, I just saw my dog yesterday. No dog, no informal vocabulary, okay? It is impersonal and objective, yes? So formal writing, for example, an essay is impersonal and objective. Impersonal, it means you don't address a person you know, for example, your relative or friend. No, it is impersonal, yes? You address anybody, you address any person. It is objective. You don't have to express, for example, your emotions. Yes, you don't have to tell your point of view. No, you have to tell your point of view, but without any emotional coloring. So how can this personal and objective writing, how can it be achieved? It is achieved by avoiding direct reference to people and feelings, and instead you emphasize objects, facts, and ideas. So you don't, for example, you don't express your emotions towards a person. Yes, you just emphasize some object, some fact. Okay. And what is actually a review? What is a review that you may write during a context? A review is a critical evaluation of a text, event, object, or phenomenon. Reviews can refer to books, articles, genres, fields of literature, architecture, art, fashion, restaurants, policies, exhibitions, performances, and many other forms. So this handout will focus on book reviews, because one of the tasks that I saw in a contest sample, it's about a book review, and today we'll talk about it. So remember that you, for example, you can go to various places. You can go to a restaurant, yes, you can go to an art exhibition, you can think about some fashion, yes, about some architecture, and you write a review. Yes, so you may have any task during a contest. So let's talk about a review. Please pay attention that a review is a critical evaluation of something. Yes, it can be usually you will have to write a critical evaluation of a text. Yes, if it is critical, what should you do? You should emphasize its weak points and strong points. Yes, you should express your attitude. Yes, you should consider the facts described in a text. Okay. So it is a review. It is critical evaluation. Yes, evaluation. You should give assessment. You evaluate something. Yes, this is what a review. This is what a review is. So let's talk about writing a review. The most important thing is that a review makes an argument. Yes, so what does it mean? An argument is some idea that you put forward, yes, that you support. So the most important element of review is that it is a commentary. yes, not a summary. Please, my friends, pay attention to it. If you, for example, read some text, yes, if you read some articles, a review is not a summary. You should not give a brief account of what is described in a text. Yes, it is an argument. Yes, it is a commentary. You should comment on this text. Okay, so it allows you to enter into dialogue and discussion with the work's creator and with other audiences. What does it mean? You read a text, yes, and you express your commentary. Yes, you write a commentary, you express your attitude. Yes. How can we do it? How can we do it? You can offer agreement or disagreement and identify where you find the work exemplary or deficient in its knowledge, judgments, or organization. I will put it in a simpler language. Yes, so you may agree with this text. Yes, you may disagree with this text. Does the text give you enough knowledge? Yes. Is it organized well? Yes. What kind of judgment does it give? Okay. So this is what you really, usually think of when you create a review, when you write a review. And please pay attention that you should clearly state your opinion of the work in question. Yes. It means that you should express your opinion. Yes. As I've said, it's not a summary, it's a commentary. That statement will probably resemble other types of academic writing with a thesis statement, supporting body paragraphs, and a conclusion. But you don't really have to write a piece of academic writing. Your review can be simpler, and we're going to talk about it further on. Just 1 minute. So let's have a look at the following brief review. Brief book review written for a history course on medieval Europe by a student who is fascinated with beer. I took it from the University of North Carolina website. Okay, Judith Bennett's Ale, Beer, and the Brewsters in England: Women's Work in a Changing World. 1300-1600, investigates how women used to brew and sell the majority of ale drunk in England. Historically, ale and beer, not milk, wine, or water, were important elements of the English diet. Ale brewing was low skill and low status labor that was complementary to women's domestic responsibilities. In the early 15th century, brewers began to make ale with hops, and they called this new drink beer. This technique allowed brewers to produce their beverages at a lower cost and to sell it more easily, although women generally stopped brewing once the business became more profitable. Okay, so this is a brief book review, and so it is a review of a book about beer, as you have understood. And please pay attention to the fact that it is a piece of formal writing, yes? And you can have a look at such words as investigates, yes? So Judith Bennett's book investigates, okay? How women used to brew and sell, it's not the formal language, but for example, such word as the majority of ale drunk in England. This is a formal word combinations, yes? Important elements, yes? Labor that was complementary to women's domestic responsibilities, yes? We can see these examples of the formal words, yes? This technique, yes? This technique, such word as generally, yes? Profitable. So these words they actually refer to the formal style, yes, formal style that you are supposed to use in a review. At first, if we have a look at this short review, we can notice that it is actually a summary. Yes, I agree, it is a summary because your review should have not the elements, but it should be actually a summary. But please pay attention to such words as important elements. Yes, ale brewing was low skill, low status. Yes, then such word combinations as at a lower cost, more easily. Okay. So these elements, these words, they actually express the author's attitude, yes, to what is to the contents of the text. So it is actually a review. Now we'll talk about some elements, I mean lexical elements that people usually use to write a review. Yes, so you can have this example. I would like to give you some examples of the words and word combinations, yes, that are usually used by the reviewers, yes, by the reviewers in their works. For example, according to somebody, yes, according to Mr. Johnson, yes, or Mr. Robinson argues that, yes, the book discusses, yes, the author states that, yes, the journalist shows that, yes, so you may say even that the picture expresses, yes, some emotions, yes, but it is usually about people, yes. For example, the journalist proves that for example, the politicians had some connections with mafia, and so on and so forth. Please pay attention to these words: argues, discusses, states. They can be used in a review, and they can be used both to write a summary of the contents and to express your point of view. The next, this is actually you see the title, it is attribution. It means that you attribute some ideas to some people. Yes, for example, Mr. Johnson argues that. Yes, you attribute, yes, you refer this idea to Mr. Johnson. You say that you state that this is his point of view. The next portion of the words refers to confirmation. Confirmation, it means that you confirm something. Yes, you confirm something. Some words are used here as well: reports, states, notes, describes, explains, illustrates, argues, shows. You can see some words from the previous section 2, but it's not a problem. You confirm, for example, your point of view by showing that somebody states something, that somebody notes something, that somebody describes something. Yes. For example, the book describes the events in North Africa. Yes, the book describes the events in North Africa, and so on and so forth, according to the author, and so on and so forth. So these words are used to confirm some point of view. The next portion of the words, it again refers to confirmation, and please pay attention that it refers to positive confirmation. It really so these sentences usually have a positive coloring, yes, a positive meaning. Yes. For example, the journalist affirms, yes, the politician agrees, yes, the writer not the writer, but maybe the journalist stresses, the scientist asserts, yes, the scholar demonstrates, emphasizes, makes clear, yes. So this is actually refers to positive confirmation. And then we come over to the next section, which is negative confirmation. Yes, what does it mean, negative confirmation? If you use these words, such sentences, if you use such words in a sentence, they usually have a negative coloring. Yes, somebody claims, it means that somebody claims that something is wrong, for example. Yes, and assumes, suggests, proposes, believes, in his opinion, overlooks. Yes, Again, you can use these words in your review when you talk about some journalist, the author, and so on and so forth. Next one, the next slide concerns conjunctions. Yes, you may use these conjunctions in your review, for example, when you compare something. Yes, in the same way, for example, the writer writes about those events in the same way as, for example, and so on, so forth. Likewise, yes, just as both the politician and his wife arrived in London, for example. Yes, so you compare. Yes, addition. You usually use these words to add some more information. Yes, in addition, the writer states that additionally, the book tells us about, and so on. Furthermore, moreover, similarly, and also, as well, besides, not only, but also, besides, and so on and so forth. So sorry, I have besides. I have used besides twice. So you can use these conjunctions in your reviews when you create your review, okay? Other conjunctions refer to contrast, yes? When you, again, compare and not compare, but when you contrast two things, yes? However, in contrast, on the other hand, on the contrary, instead, nevertheless, but, yet, still, neither, nor, even so. I think you know these words well, and of course, you may use them in your review. However, the journalist, however, in another article, yes, the journalist wrote about the positive effects, for example, of some new medicine, yes. So these conjunctions are used to create contrast. Other conjunctions may refer to replacement, yes, for example, alternatively, or else. Or is a very simple conjunction, you know it very well, but please remember to use them. You may use the word alternatively, which is a formal word, yes. Next slide also concerns conjunctions that refer to the cause of an event or cause of some event, yes, because, as, so that, since, therefore, thus, hence, as a result, because of this, you may use these words to write about the cause. The next slide refers to condition, yes, condition, when you talk about some conditions, unless, if, then, in that case, that being so, you determine some condition. In that case, the journalist chooses to write about, and so this is actually refers to condition. Some more conjunctions that you may use in your review, for example, exemplifying, yes, when you give examples. For example, for instance, to illustrate this, such as, yes, the book writes about such places as London, Rome, Paris, and so on. Restatement, in other words, to sum up, in summary, in sum, in brief, that is, to put it another way. Such word combinations as in summary, in sum, in brief, can be used at the end of your review, yes, and some can be used in the middle of your review, for example. More conjunctions. Some conjunctions refer to time and place, yes. Firstly, secondly, finally, then, after, afterwards, previously, subsequently, prior to, up until now, to the present, at present, and so on and so forth. So please pay attention to these conjunctions. And this actually ends my presentation today. Thank you for your attention. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.